We are back! That's right, we are back! This is Football 101, and I am the Beetle, and guess what? This is show number 22! It doesn't get any better than this, folks. Show number 22! What's wrong with the Falcons? What's wrong with the Atlanta Falcons? This is week number 4, and I'm going to dive into what's wrong with the Atlanta Falcons. My gosh, it's a crazy place in Atlanta right now. It's so bad in Atlanta with Matty Ice, Matt Ryan, and the boys. Oh, man. Yes, I'm still recuperating from a cold, but I'm determined to do these shows. That's right. What's wrong with the Falcons? This is the Beetle. Yes, I'm still bringing it. And I want to thank all our supporters, all our subscribers, over 261 subscribers through EJB8892@gmail.com. Please email us. Email me. Because, again, I'm just going to tell it like it is. And I'm diving into some of these losing teams and franchise. Because they deserve it. So, I want to thank our sponsors, Podbean, for giving us the platform to present these podcast shows. I want to thank iTunes, Apple Podcasts. I want to thank Google Play Music. Thank you, Google Podcasts, sending us out there. And I want to thank Spotify. Hopefully they're still listing us. And of course, I want to thank YouTube. Wow. Our listeners are really listening to us on YouTube. Thank you so much. Great support from YouTube audience. So here we go. I'm going to dive into what's wrong with the Falcons. It's so bad in Atlanta. And yes, believe it or not, yes, I lived in Atlanta for 2 years. And they always tended to struggle. And and we got some diehard fans from Atlanta, by the way. I really feel sorry for my diehard fans. But the Falcons hosted the Tennessee Titans. Mariota and the boys took it to Matty Ice. Excuse me. And beat them. What the heck is wrong with the Falcons? Now think about it. The Falcons just paid Julio Jones, mega superstar, wide receiver Julio Jones, the mega contract. He is by far, let me just put this out there, giving him props. Let me just say this on air. Julio Jones is by far the best wide receiver in the NFL. Hello. He is by far the best wide receiver in the NFL. Bar none. And now just check this out. Julio Jones, 6'3", 220. 9 years in the league. From Alabama. He turned 30 in February. The man is a beast. He still is a beast. He's huge. He's huge when he's going up against the DBs. Has great hands. Great concentration. And for some reason, Matty Ice and the coach can't get the ball to him again and again and again and again. Hello. It's sad to see another superstar not being used in the proper way. So, let me get to the problem again. I'm diving in to what's wrong with the Falcons. Excuse me. I'm telling you, these shows are getting to me. But I'm going to dive in anyway. Excuse me. So, problem number one. Problem number one, and I'm going to save the other stuff the last. Problem number one is the head coach, Dan Quinn. Dan Quinn doesn't have a clue. Did you see him on the sideline looking over his chart? He's the play caller. And with Dirk Cotter, offensive coordinator. Dirk, by the way, was the previous head coach for the Tampa Bay Bucks. He got fired because he was clueless. So, guess what? Dan Quinn hires him. He was a loser in Tampa Bay, so you bring another loser into the Atlanta Falcons organization? Please. Nothing but losers in that organization. I can't believe it. That's what happens when you got friends who, guess what? They're not quality coaches anyway. So, again, Dan Quinn asked to bring over Dirk Cotter from the losing Tampa Bay, and they lose it even more. Matter of fact, he switched out the entire coaching staff from last year. Yes, the owner said, okay, I'll give you props. Arthur Blank is so nice, but so frustrated. Owner Arthur Blank, he did what Dan Quinn wanted because he's good friends with Dan Quinn, believes that Dan Quinn is his special coach. Fired all the offense, defense, what I heard, and has a clean slate. Brought in Dirk Cutter. Brought in Greg Knapp, quarterback coach. Chris Morgan, Bob Conklin, Dave Brock, Raheem Morris, Mike Mularkey, Jess Simpson, Travis Jones, Jeff Ulbrich, Doug Mallory. All this new coaching staff, and they look horrible. Yes, they look horrible. Playing in Atlanta. Got beat by the more physical team of the Titans. They look bad. So, number one problem, Dan Quinn. He doesn't know how to call plays. Doesn't know how to call plays. Brings in poor coaches. And he's looking around and he's sticking with number two problem. No, I'm not going to get that. No, see, I'm trying to be nice. But the second problem is, and they're very talented. They have talent. That's the reason why I mentioned Julio Jones. Along with Julio at wide receiver, they have Austin Hooper, tight end. Mohamed Sanu, outstanding wide receiver. Calvin Ridley, outstanding wide receiver. Justin Hardy, hello, ECU, excellent wide receiver. Running back, yes, Devontae Freeman runs hard, but he gives up the ball too. He fumbles. Their offensive line, I'm not even going. Again, I don't comment about the offense, but they're average. Below average. Average. Their defense, not to be scared of, but their own major standout is Vic Beasley, defense end, 44. Average linebackers, and their defensive backs, other than Desmond Trufant, 21. That's all I say. Their defense is porous. They look bad for the most part. And yeah, Calvin Ridley is bringing it for on the offensive side. Calvin Ridley, yeah, he's bringing it. So, but the bottom line is offensive play calling, personnel is talented. They're talented. And now let me get to number three problem. Number three problem. And it goes, and I'm going to stop at number three. That's right. I'm not going to give you a big list. Here's number three problem with the Atlanta Falcons. Matt Ryan. End of story. Matt Ryan is done. That's right. Matt Ryan is done. I know it's not popular, but I've been there. I've seen him. Yes, he can throw on time. Yes, he looks decent in the pocket. He gets rid of the ball. But his decision making always comes into play in the most crucial time period. And that's the reason why they have been losers consistently in the big games. Matt Ryan. I said it. I don't want to say it, but that's what everyone feels in Atlanta. Matt Ryan, 12 years out of Boston College. It's time to sit down. It's time to bring in some new blood. It's time to draft a number one quarterback. It's time to turn the page. Matty Ice. Excuse me. It's done. I said it. Matty Ice is done. I can hear you rumbling. I can hear, but those of you who are in Atlanta, you know what I'm talking about. Enough of the loyalty. Enough of the tradition. You know, when it comes to crunch time, Matty Ice chokes. He's a nice guy. I like nice guys too. But this is the NFL. And if you do not produce, guess what? Nice guys have to sit the bench. Nice guys have to be traded. I want a winner. Arthur Blank deserves a winner in Atlanta. Arthur Blank, the owner and chairman, deserves a winner in Atlanta. They have too much talent in Atlanta. The Falcons have too much talent. Hello. It's not going to get done with Matty Ice as quarterback. Period. That's the problem with the Falcons. Bottom line, it's Matt Ryan. Man, I'm losing my voice. But that's the truth. What can you say? we getting down to the bare issues. And that is 1, 2, 3, Matty Ryans, Matty Ice. You got to go. You got to be sit. You got to sit the bench. And they got to bring in, which they're not going to do. They're not going to do it. But Matt Schaub is your backup quarterback. That's the reality. They need a new style of quarterback. Atlanta Falcons. You got to change your tradition. The stand-up quarterback is done in Falcon land. I was even there during the Super Bowl during the 90s. I was in Atlanta when the Super Bowl happened. But again, the Falcons, yes, great talented team. Oh, made it to the NFC. Were they in the Super Bowl? I don't know. I think they got beat in the Super Bowl. I don't even remember. But they look bad. And they're going straight downhill. And let's look at their schedule. They lost against the Titans. They go to Houston. They're going to lose against the Texans. Losers. They're going to win. And then they go to Arizona. They'll beat Arizona. Then they have the Rams. They'll lose against the Rams. And then they have Seattle. They'll lose against Seattle. And then they have their bye. It doesn't look good for the Falcons. That's the bottom line. And Arthur Blank, who is an active owner, he will make a decision. He will have to make a decision with his buddy, unfortunately, Dan Quinn. Arthur Blank is not good. Because you see him in owner's box. You see him along the sidelines. He's going to be really frustrated. Something has to seriously happen with the Falcons. The Falcons fans has to start throwing stuff on the field. You're too nice. The Falcon fans are too nice. You gotta get a little bit more aggravated in Falcon territory, in Falcon land. And I've been to the tailgating at the Falcons stadium. I've been there. You're committed. You're loyal. But when you see the team constantly lose with such talent, it's time to speak up. Don't take it. You got too much talent there. And Julio Jones, oh my gosh. Something's going to have to happen to Julio. Now, here's one player who will speak up. It's Julio. Even though he's getting paid, guess what? Julio will speak up. Got to make a contract, Julio will speak up. Come on. Matty Ice needs to be, I'm going to say it. Matty Ice needs to be benched. Will it happen? And I'm calling it right now. Matty Ice, Matt Ryan needs to be benched. It's that simple. 12 years in the league. I know it won't be popular, but Matt Ryan needs to be benched. It is simple as that. If he's not going to be benched, Dan Quinn will need to be fired. He's already let go of all of his coaches last year. And the last thing to go is Dan Quinn. So either Matt Ryan gets benched, Dan Quinn's going to have to make a decision, or Dan, you're going to be fired at the end of this year. Because yes, I know Matty Ice is an icon, but guess what? Icons got to go too. After 12 years, Matt Ryan your decision making. I'm not questioning your ability to throw the ball and all of that, but your decision making is still choke. Choke. And it hurts me to say that because he's a nice guy. Matty Ice is a nice guy. Nothing wrong with nice guys. But I want, and Arthur Blank wants winners. No more losers in Atlanta. It's bad. I got relatives in Georgia. They don't like it. They're frustrated. I'm frustrated. Matty Ice benched. Dan Quinn let go. Something needs to serious happen. So that's what's wrong with the Falcons. 20 minutes, 21 minutes in. I'm going to tear up the studios because pretty soon, because this is personal. I got relatives in the Atlanta area. I lived in Atlanta. This is personal. Matty Ice gotta go. Dan Quinn, you're not a coach. You hired losers. You're too talented on the team. It's looking bad. It's looking bad in Falcon land. Oh no. So that's what's wrong with the Falcons. This is show number 22. What's wrong with the Falcons? Change it up. I'm out of here. Just call me. Send me an email. Send me an email, ejb88@92@gmail.com if you agree or disagree. I'm sure you disagree. Those of you who are in Falcon land. Continue to subscribe to us on YouTube. And we're just spreading the love, but we're telling it like it is on Football 101. We have to do that because this is what's wrong with the Falcons. So again, no more. I'm done. See you, Matty Ice. See you, Dan Quinn. That's what's wrong with the Falcons. This is Football 101. Tell it like it is. See you, folks.